podcast. Hello and welcome to Emma's podcast. In today's podcast, we are going to be talking about what are we going to be talking about? Good question. As I said, I'm starting to laugh. Okay, turning the microphone. Okay, I'm supposed to turn the microphone this way. That sounds a little bit better. Otherwise, it sounds like I'm talking from wherever deep in the earth. So, what are we going to be talking about today, Emma? Well, Mommy Molly. She's going to love me for that. Let's get started. So, again, this is a freestyle, but sometimes you have to acknowledge the people in your life. Seriously, from my dear friend Jenner, that I deeply love, to Ross, which is absolutely a phenomenal person as well. But Mommy Molly, I barely talk, or if you read my blog, the Saga of the Pops, and I'm on like 124 on this one because I had to number them because I'm going to compile them into a book later on. It's beautiful to have people that you can meet and really becomes your part of your circle of light, unless my dog continued to daddy, and it seems like I have two revolutionaires pet. Yes, Dogo. Yeah, I have Dada and I have Lulu. The macaque, it creates trouble. So back to Mommy Molly. I met Mommy Molly a few years ago, not long ago actually, and it was actually, if we followed the ears of the dogs, this is about when I met her, because I had to switch vet, and the reason I switched vet is because the one I had was specialized only for cats, and those were dogs, so you're not going to bring your dogs to a cat vet. That doesn't work this way. And the situation was with Daddy and her PTSD. We were trying to find some, meds that she could handle. But the people that were sticking with over there at that time, which was surprising to me because it wasn't even the vet taking the decision. It was the CVT person calling the shots. Well, it was one disaster after another. So I gave it a last chance before I left that practice for Daddy. And we came on a Saturday morning. I will remember that. And her and Macaque, yes, Daddy, you're naughty. And she's looking at me. I was like, yeah, somebody's talking to me. Somebody's talking about me, not to me, but to you too. What I say? If you have a pet, if you don't, you never talk to them. I do. All right. Pets are like humans. You do talk to them, and they do hear you. They know you. They understand you, and they know what kind of people you are as well. And they can read other people before you can. You'll be surprised what they could tell you if they could talk. So, back to the story. Hi, Mr. Lulu. So we were there on a Saturday morning, and that was the last draw for me. I'm like, if it doesn't go well, then I'm done. And who was sitting behind the counter was Mommy Molly. And Mommy Molly handled the situation I was in, which was Daddy being sick. With the medication, it was too much. She was like about 5 months old, but she needed something to relax her, so she wasn't so, I would say, jumpy. Somebody will say spasm, but I will use the word jumpy. And she did okay. She did a good job, and she was amazing. She really knew what she was talking about, and I talked and I explained to her. So Mommy Molly became actually their primary care with the vet. Anybody else's will not handle them because in their file it was marked. There were some stuff in their files that were so wrong that I had to have it removed because it was appalling on some of the stuff they were saying. So it wasn't that fun at the beginning. But when she came in, she just loved those two like they were no tomorrow. And Macaque, aka MacArthur, which is his real name, just loved her to pieces, and so is Daddy. She did always trusted her. So as we bonded and we knew each other, then I started to a couple of years ago, we started to go to places. So it's like, okay, I didn't want to board those two dogs. So I asked her if she would babysit, which she came here, had full access of the place, my place, and she would take care of the two dogs, spend the weekend, 2 to 3 days with them if it's not more, whenever we need it. So this is what I really appreciated with her is we started, at a place and we became very good friends, and I absolutely love her to pieces. She's a beautiful person, freaking bright. The woman should have a freaking PhD. She's doing things that I'm not gonna say what she has done for people in their MBA, but this woman is like Jenner, genius. That girl, he is freaking bright. She's an EMT and she loves what she's doing, so she doesn't want to be a nurse. She wants to help people, and she decided to choose her path. But she has a brain, it's unbelievable. So I really appreciate her because, and I know she's gonna kill me, but that's all right. I will let her know in a little bit after I'm done to record. I say, hey, by the way, on Wednesday, there is a Mommy Molly episodes. But she's a phenomenal person. And for me, when I talked on a previous, podcast, a previous episode about Jenner, you would realize in your life, do you have people entering your life? They can be for a season, they can be for a moment, they can be for 15 minutes, or can be there forever. This is the kind of people like Jenner that will stay forever. Like my friend Jake before he passed. Like Ross, who is in Singapore. You're next, buddy. By the way, if you're listening to this one, you're the next episode. I think I'm going to talk to everybody about you. It's going to be like, what the heck? I will do another, by the way. I will interview Ross. I will do, we'll do one probably next month, something like that. I will schedule something with him for us to do one collaboration podcast for my podcast. But I found it amazing when looking at the circle of light, and the circle, I call it the circle of light because those are the people that will stand by you, that's not going to judge you, but they will be there when you need them, for the good, the bad, and the ugly. They will support you. They are not going to say anything except being there for you. Those are the people, like my friend Amber, that I absolutely love to pieces, are genuine, they're encouraging, and they're caring. When we go through darkness, and I had that episode that I did a week ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that, and I talked about being in total darkness and suicide, and explaining the process behind, because a lot of people don't understand when somebody take their own life. They don't understand what's going on through the mind of that person. And basically, when hope is removed of your life, then when there is no hope, when you cannot see anything anymore, only pure darkness, this is where you go and cross that line to end it. And a lot of people don't understand that because they have not been there in a situation where you is beyond the rock bottom. At that point, you're way past beyond rock bottom. And it takes a lot of strength to get out of it. So I'm grateful for the people around me. I'm blessed to have those individuals, because I always said a circle of light is not something that you got 200, 300, 400 people around you. You have a handful, and those are the core people. This is your circle. Those are the people who will protect you. Those are the people who will check on you to see how you're doing. Those are the people that will rejoice with you. Those are the people that will cry with you. But they are the people who are always there, no matter what. And that, to me, is one of the biggest things. There is an old say, if you have one person in your life that you can count on, you're the richest person in the world. You're the luckiest one. You don't need to have 200 or 300, because I can guarantee out of the 200 to 300, they might all disappear. All of them. I saw that when I was younger, when we lost the house and crap went down because Daddy Dearest was a freaking violent narcissist. Now I can say that because that's the word that took so many years, about 5 decades, to figure out who he was and what he was. When he did what he did and we lost the house and everything went downhill, the most craziest things in the world was, and taking a perspective actually right now, thinking that that was the universe who orchestrated all of this, because that needed to stop. That's what happened. That needed to stop. But everybody that he went in contact with, he lied. He was what we call a shapeshifter, meaning he could change mask and make you drink Kool-Aid that they were not tomorrow. He would have sold you the Eiffel Tower and you would have bought it, no matter what. He was that freaking good. So what he did, as a good narcissist than he is, or was, because he's not alive anymore, so good for us actually, one less negative individual walking the earth. He told everybody a lie. And it took years for those people to realize it wasn't true. Okay, so imagine that you're a wife, you have 3 kids, you have to figure it out what to do with, you have no more home, you're basically dirt poor, like crap, and you have to figure out how to deal with this. The people that my mom knew, a couple of them were, and they didn't know him actually, which was good. They knew him, but not personally. So she had a couple of people that she could kind of lean on or talk. But the people who left, it took them a decade to realize it was a lie. Some came back and apologized for their behavior, which to me was like, yeah, well, you could, but could open your eyes a little longer too, and a little quicker too, not longer, but quicker. But it did. So you have to be careful on the people around you, because you'll be surprised when things goes down the hill. So, generally, everybody, when everything is good, you got a flocking amount of people around you. But when things get challenging, this is where you can see them scattering away, and you're like, okay, I cannot count on. That's why I talk to the circle of life, because the circle of life really will bring you the people who are solid. And Mommy Molly, to me, and she's studying. She's an EMT. She's still studying. She's doing 2 or 3 things at the same time. It's insane what she does. But she has a heart of gold. She is one person that has a freaking heart of gold. She will help you. She will help you to do your homework. She will help you if you need something. She is beautiful. She's a beautiful spirit. So yeah, I was Instagramming each other, and I want to let her know and say, well, sorry, there is a Mommy Molly episode, because she take care of my babies. The funniest part is Saturday, so that will mean will be Wednesday, so past weekend. We're gonna talk in a past tense. She's coming for actually trimming the nails of the doggo, especially Daddy, because Daddy will not let me touch hers. But the problem is they are so long that she has a problem to walk. And I'm like, sister, you don't trust me, that's fine, but you needed to have them cut. So she will deal with it. I told her, I said, you better to bring a lot of muscles, because it's going to be a fight to get this done. But she will figure it out, because she knows how to handle her. Lulu let me trim, but he's going to get another trim from her, because he's growing very fast. And Mike was the most hilarious one, actually, because 2 days ago, something like that, I was looking at Lulu and I trimmed him very quickly, and I'm like, okay, Mike, I'm going to take you. So I took my big baby. I call him the big baby. He's the big baby. I have a baby, which is Lulu, and I have a big baby who's Mike. Yes, I know, you heard the baby. Lulu is turning around. It's like, you're talking to me, lady? Well, who are you talking to? So I took him on my lap, and the boy took his paws, and I love that dog. He's so expressive. You would see the dog. You're fun. He's a charmer. Okay, the boy will charm you. Everybody loves Mac. It's like he's a big baby. He knows how to play how I'm cute. It's very funny, actually. He's a very laid back boy, but I will be cautious with him, because when he gets pissed, he has a very strong jaw, per experience. I will explain this later on. So I had him on my lap. I'm like, okay, boy. So I'm starting to look at his front paws. I'm like, okay, check both of them. Then I took the nail trimmer, and I'm like, okay, so, I removed the safety. I took one of the paws. Mark looked at me straight in the eyes and he's like, "Oh no, sister, I don't feel like you're gonna do it." So he took his paw away while he was looking at me like, "That's not happening." Looking at him, I'm like, "Really, boy?" I'm like, "So if I understand, it's only Mommy Molly who's touching you?" And he's like, "Yeah, exactly." I'm like, "Fine." So I had to, I took a picture of him with his attitude, sent it to Mommy Molly, and said, "Well, he refused to have his nail trimmed, so you have to show up here." But it was hilarious. The boy is hilarious. You will see his face. It's priceless. So yeah, Mommy Molly is going to be dealing with it on Saturday, so we're going to be able to catch up and talk with each other and really enjoying a good moment here. But I wanted to acknowledge her because people in our lives, can do so much for us, and sometimes they don't understand how much. And Jenna reminded me of that. How much people part in our lives can really inspire us, help us change our lives for the better. And those are the people who are changing my life for the better. Who are the people who are really caring, loving, and as I said, non-judgmental. Even though you want to say, or maybe they want to say, "Oh my God, you're doing something so wrong." They don't. They're like, "Okay, well, do what you got to do and I'll be there, not a problem." But it's the people like that that really brings us to a better balance, to really, when, as I said, when shit hit the fan, then they're there to hear us, to listen to us, to see us, to see the pain we go through, or the joy, because it's not all about pain, it's about joy as well. But in the time of trials and tribulation, it's amazing to see that one person can make a huge difference into someone else's life, could even save that person's life. And I have experienced that, and I am very grateful and humble to have not only experienced but seeing all of it and some more. So I know a lot of people, don't understand all of it. They don't. They're just like, what the heck? We're gonna do this and this and that. But it is powerful when you really look at the life we're living in and where we are in our lives and what is going on, and really feel and see the tribulation we're in, the tribulation we have to go through, and see who's with us. See who is with us. And really the people that inspires us. So for me, Mommy Molly is like, yay, she's one of us. And I wanted to acknowledge her, and she's going to kill me, but that's all right. So good, so good. I will do another episode if she does that. But no, she's a sweetheart. I love her dearly. I love her to pieces. And she watched over the babies. She watch over the kids. So I'm very grateful that she's been part of my life and a part of the dogs since the beginning, even with Lulu since day one. So, look at the people that are your circle of light, acknowledge them, thanks them that they are here to better our lives, but also to change our lives in a better and inspire us. So that's what I wanted to do and say today. So I dedicate this one to my Mommy Molly. You know who you are. You're a beautiful human being who is here to help, and you choose a career that is not that much fun, because EMT, you see some horrors in there, they're not that pretty, but you're loving it, you're doing it because you're passionate about it, and I'm very grateful and thankful you're doing that. So all my love, my friends, and all my love, everybody, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.